Right guys, what is happening? Welcome to the channel. Let's get into this right now. BBC News Night. There's been a shocking response, and this is about the guy recently, the Sudanese man that's basically tried to allegedly behead someone in Belfast. But the BBC on Newsnight, they did leave a shocking response that has obviously left viewers furious. So we're going to get into this video right now, guys. Full disclaimer, I know nothing. I'm just a father that's got little girls and little boys. I work on site. I'm just doing this for a little bit of therapy and to try and make a difference to our great country that we all love so much. So if you fancy helping out and making a difference too, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's see what happens. Let's go.
A year to the day when exactly the same thing happened in Ballymena, another awful crime. There have been crimes against women, there have been violent crimes in Belfast throughout, but we don't see these mobs coming out unless the perpetrator is a minority.
Well, I would say to that because that is imported crime from a minority, it didn't have to be that way. But when it's people that have grown up in Belfast, that have lived in Belfast, that have had family for many years in Belfast, that's not imported. That's sort of homegrown. So we should be equally as mad at any knife crime, but one is imported on purpose and one isn't. So that's why I see the difference.
But these are terrifying scenes for people across Belfast, and they help nobody. And Elon Musk and Tommy Robinson and Nigel Farage will be sitting pretty in their big houses after bringing this level of disorder and fear to people in Belfast.
You just described what the masked men were doing as a race-based pogrom. Sorry, no, I'm not disputing what you're saying. Baroness Foster, the current DUP leader, Gavin Robinson, said today, uncontrolled immigration needs to end. That's what he called it. He said community cohesion lies on the precipice. Did those responses help bring the calm that the Police Federation have called for and the Chief Constable have called for?
Gavin has also called for no violence and for calm, as he's been doing all day and has done through Twitter just very recently, about 10 minutes ago. So I think it'd be unfair to characterise him as not wanting to have calm, but I think he is right. We have to have the debate, because if people are genuinely concerned about what has happened and they want to have a debate, the way to do it is through our politicians and not through violence on our streets.
As I say, it's all too...
Well, listen, we're at the boiling point now. It's easy to say that we don't want violence on our streets, but these are young men that have seen the demographic change. These are young men that have seen their streets, seen their high streets not be the same. They've changed. And I'm sorry, but you are not going to get these young guys to think, right, well, let's politically think about this and what is the best way politically for us to attack this problem. They're just not going to do that. They are going to take to the streets, and I condemn violence. I certainly do, so that goes without saying, but, well, I have said it, but they will go to the streets, they will express their anger in a way that young men have normally always expressed their anger, in a way that mankind has normally always expressed how they feel. Most of the time, when they aren't being listened to, when they are being ignored, when it turns into a tinderbox and it is just ready to blow up, violence comes out of the ashes. And history has always told us that. Again, disclaimer, I'm not that much of a smart guy, but I'm smart enough to know that if you continually keep going down this route, you will create more riots like that. You will create mini civil war environments within certain parts of Ireland, certain parts of the UK, and who knows, it then could spread. Like the people, we need to be heard and we need to be listened to, and they have voted for no immigration. Lower it down. Are they going to do it? Probably not.
to lean into it today and say that people aren't being listened to and to say that, you know, they're being shut down for the conversations. Come forward with proposals. We don't hear that. We get a lot of rhetoric on days like this, and inevitably, we've had decades of this, time and time again. They say the words, they set it off, and tomorrow, nothing to do with me, Gov, nothing to do with me. They'll be walking away from these people, and we won't, as I say, get proposals. We won't get solutions, and we'll just get more inflammatory, divisive, inciting rhetoric.
Baroness Foster, you're shaking your head in disagreement. Briefly, final word.
I think it's entirely unfair to say that those people who are saying that we should listen to concerns about immigration are inciting violence. They're not inciting violence, and I think it's absolutely wrong to say that. I think if you want proposals, the way to have a mature debate about the European Convention on Human Rights is the first thing that we should be doing. The second thing we should be doing is looking at the common travel area and how that's allowing untrammeled immigration both ways, actually, because as someone said to me earlier today, there's people that come through Great Britain and go then down into the Republic of Ireland and vice versa who shouldn't be there. So we need to have that open debate, and I think it is wrong to say that people are inciting violence when they're just saying that we need to have the open debate and then move on to and the violence, of course, is not acceptable. It's wrong. It's not acceptable. But that doesn't mean that we need to separate the two things out. You can't ignore people's relative concerns about the issues that are happening.
But just to be clear in the language, the proposals are removing people's human rights protections and a hard border in the island of Ireland. Brilliant idea.
I don't know. It's strange, isn't it? Like when they put it like that, they like to think that they are so righteous. The left removing people's human rights. It's like, look, they probably, if they've come to this country and they want to send them back home, is that really removing their human rights, or is that just remigrating them to their homeland? You know, is that such a crime? Would that be a sin for someone, I don't know, let's say in Bangladesh or someone in India, Pakistan, even let's say Hawaii, wherever? Is that an inhumane thing to do, to then say, right, you've got to go back home? This is actually not your country, and, you know, the people have spoken. We're remigrating everyone back to their homeland. I don't know. You tell me in comments, is it an inhumane thing to do? Yeah, I'd be interested to know.
That will solve any of the problems that those communities in North Belfast.
Jeremy Hunt, how should politicians be responding to this?
Well, I think the first thing to say is that any politician who sees clips of that horrific stabbing and then tries to exploit it for their own political advantage is utterly despicable.
Is that not what Keir Starmer did when he was saying he were going to lock up? You will feel the full force of the law. Keir Starmer using that for his political gain, to get favour from the left side. Keir Starmer was doing that when he took a knee for George Floyd. Keir Starmer does that when he goes to the mosques and gives millions of pounds, millions and millions and millions to the mosque, and then gives barely anything to Christianity in the churches. Politicians do that. You know, a true politician to me is someone that is a liar and deceitful. So they all do it. They all do it in different ways. And it's just not right for him to say, well, anyone that's used it on this bit, used it for these riots, is in the wrong and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, but yet we won't go mad at Keir Starmer for using it when he wants to go and visit a place of worship, or when he wants to tell people they will feel the full force of the law. It's absolute rubbish.
In a situation like that, if you really care about that poor victim who is battling for his life in hospital right now, you want to make sure there's no more violence, instead of which we are seeing some people, led by Tommy Robinson, who are inciting more violence, and I think
Tommy Robinson is a hero.
Disgusting. And I actually think the discussion we had earlier, the point in a way both Claire and Baroness Foster were saying is that, of course, there needs to be a discussion about illegal migration, but tonight what we need is calm, because what we don't want is to wake up tomorrow morning with more victims, more people suffering in the same way that we've seen so horrifically.
Right, so there we have it, guys. What do you guys think about this? This was on BBC Newsnight. Let me know your thoughts, your comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one.